She got him for protection. He took her couch, her bed, her walks, her dinner, her mornings, and her side of every room he's ever been in. 8 months later, she has 0 personal space and 0 complaints. This is Dante, and this is what happens when a 130-pound Cane Corso decides you belong to him. Mia Romano didn't adopt a dog. She adopted a shadow, a 130-pound jet black permanently attached to her left hip shadow named Dante, who apparently missed the memo that he was supposed to be a pet. It started small. The first night she brought him home, Dante sat in front of her bedroom door and stared at it for 47 minutes straight. Not scratching, not whining, just staring, like he was doing the math on how long it would take to learn how to turn a door handle. By morning, he had figured out a shortcut. He just pushed it open with his head. Mia had wanted a Cane Corso for years. She lived alone in a small apartment in the kind of neighborhood where the street lights go out more than they should. She worked long hours. She came home to silence every night. She told herself she wanted a dog for protection. What she got was something else entirely. The first week, Dante ate her left slipper. Not both slippers, just the left one. He left the right slipper untouched, perfectly placed by the front door, as if he was making a philosophical statement. When she looked at him, he looked back with the kind of expression that said, "I regret nothing." He claimed the couch on day 3. Not a corner of the couch, not one cushion, the entire couch, all of it. When Mia sat down, he repositioned himself so that his head was on her lap, his body occupied 4 cushions, and his back legs hung off the armrest like he was posing for a Renaissance painting. She tried to move him once. He exhaled slowly, closed his eyes, and became somehow heavier. Scientists cannot explain this phenomenon. Cane Corso owners understand it completely. By week 2, the bed situation had escalated. Mia had purchased a large orthopedic dog bed, expensive, memory foam. Dante inspected it thoroughly, walked 3 circles around it, and then lay down directly on Mia's pillow. The dog bed remained unused for 11 days. It now serves as a decorative feature in the corner of the room. But here's what nobody tells you about a Cane Corso who decides you belong to him. They study you, not the way dogs study treat bags or front doors, the way a person studies someone they've decided to understand completely. Dante watched Mia the way researchers watch something rare. He cataloged her moods before she knew she was having them. On days she came home tense, he didn't bounce or bark. He walked up slowly, pressed his enormous head against her stomach, and held it there. 130 pounds of stillness, just absorbing whatever she was carrying. She started talking to him, not commands, conversations. "You think I should call her back?" Dante tilted his head left. "Yeah, I didn't think so either." 3 months in, Mia noticed something. She hadn't eaten dinner alone once. Not because anyone had come over, because Dante had made it structurally impossible to eat without him present. He positioned himself at the exact corner of the kitchen table, chin resting on the surface, eyes tracking every fork movement with the focus of a chess grandmaster. He never begged loudly, he just watched, patiently, inevitably, with the quiet confidence of someone who knew the pasta was going to be shared. It always was. "I see you're still here but haven't subscribed yet. That honestly stings a little. Hit subscribe. You'll want to see where this goes." The walks were their own category of chaos. Mia had imagined long, peaceful morning walks, fresh air, exercise, a chance to think.
What she got was Dante deciding unilaterally which direction they were walking. If she turned left and he wanted right, he simply stopped. All 130 pounds, immovable, staring at her with an expression that communicated, "I've considered your suggestion and I disagree." He would wait, she would sigh, they would go right. On rainy days, Dante would walk directly into every puddle available. Then he would return to Mia's side and press his soaking wet body against her leg, every single time, like it was a gift. She started wearing waterproof pants. There was also the matter of strangers. Dante had a system. Anyone who approached Mia on the street received exactly 3 seconds of evaluation, a long, unblinking stare. Not aggressive, just thorough. The kind of look that said, "I'm deciding something about you right now." Most people slowed down. Some crossed to the other side entirely. Mia stopped feeling nervous on late evening walks. She hadn't noticed when that happened. She just realized one day that it had. But the night that changed everything came 8 months in. It was a Tuesday, just past 2:47 in the morning. Mia was deep asleep when Dante jumped off the bed, all 130 pounds of him landing on the floor like a small earthquake, and walked to the front door. He didn't bark. He stood there, ears forward, body completely still, a low vibration running through his chest that Mia felt before she heard it. She came downstairs. The front door handle was moving. Someone was trying to get in. Dante didn't move, didn't lunge, didn't make a sound beyond that low, steady rumble that seemed to come from somewhere deep in his chest. Something ancient, something that said, "I know you're there, and you should leave." They left. The next morning, a neighbor told her that 2 apartments on her street had been broken into that same night. Hers was the only one untouched. The dog who had stolen her couch, eaten her left slipper, and redirected every walk they'd ever taken had spent 8 months becoming something she didn't know she needed. Not a guard dog, not a pet, a presence. Constant, warm, slightly ridiculous, and completely unwilling to let her face anything alone. Mia doesn't come home to silence anymore. She comes home to 130 pounds waiting at the door, wiggling with a level of enthusiasm that is frankly disproportionate to however long she was gone. 10 hours or 10 minutes, the reaction is identical. She told a friend recently, "I got him for protection. I didn't expect him to protect me from loneliness." There's a particular kind of love that doesn't ask permission. It just shows up, claims the left half of your couch, breathes dramatically on your dinner, and refuses to let you carry things alone. Dante never asked if Mia needed him. He just decided she did. And every single day, he has been right. If you're thinking about sharing your life with a dog like this, go in prepared. They eat more than you expect, take up more space than seems geometrically possible, and will rearrange your entire life without a single apology. But what they give back is harder to name and impossible to give up. Because sometimes the dog you adopt decides very quietly to adopt you right back. Is this love or is this instinct? Tell me in the comments.